would have a fucking bow and arrow that would shoot fucking spears, like 8-foot long spears, and like I could fucking stick a human being to a tree with their feet dangling with it.
Your arms ain't long enough.
Yes, they are.
What you been doing?
Nothing. I've been doing nothing.
Jay! What you been doing, dog?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Dude, I look so handsome on this.
Can you hear the TV in the background?
Nope.
Brian, can you hear the TV in the background?
No, I said.
Start talking, Darla. Okay. Can you hear Darla?
Nope.
Cool. No, can't hear you, baby. Okay. You're good. Do you hear this fly?
Nope.
Huh. All right, let's roll. Long Cut is in the building, episode 3. What's good? You spitting it, dog? So what's up, B? How you been, homie?
I'm doing good. How y'all doing? How's everybody living? Y'all spitting? Man, I hope everybody doing good.
Ask me what I'm doing.
Man, don't nobody want to know what you doing.
But ask me. You gotta ask me.
What you doing, dog?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. But I'm happy.
You know why?
Why?
Because today you officially punch your old man card. Happy 35, bro. Happy 35, my guy.
Yeah, man. Made it all the way to the 3-5.
Happy mother 35, son.
Throw him down range, dog. I'll take all the love.
That's Spanish for those of you who don't speak Mexican.
Yep, 35. The weekend was great. I had ribs. I had a Kit Kat cake. You name it, I had it. We made it happen. Life's good. And that's what we're here to talk about how beautiful life is and how blessed we are, man.
So beautiful.
So beautiful.
I love it.
So, it seems like everything's rocking and rolling. Spitting it with Long Cut. We're in episode 3. We just finished up with Country Roads. We're going to continue down this journey. And I think one thing that Brian and I really grabbed real fast from Long Cut and what we were doing and the influences that we were creating was good values, man, like brotherhood and family and friendship. And so along the journey, very, very early, we started, seeing a lot of folks open up their doors and open up their homes. And we got some cool stories for you. So we want to talk about them. What's up, Beto? Tell them what's good.
Dude, I got a dip in right now. I found my Oakleys this morning. Blam. Holding it down. Holding it down. Feeling good, you know? I'm doing good, man. I'm happy that you're 35 and I'm 31. Because together, that makes us 66, you know? I don't know what that means. But I'm sure it's a good thing, dog. I'm sure it is, you know? I'm sure, like, 2 6s is better than 3. Read the Bible. You don't believe me? Ask Jesus. 2 6 is better than 3 all day. You know? That's what I'm saying.
All day.
All day. Every day. Every time. Every time you ever ask me, I'm going to tell you this right now, Jay. And I mean this. Every time you ever ask me, what's better, 66 or 666? I'm going to have the same answer. I am. I'm going to. 66.
Anything that's going to keep me out of the realms of being judged in a negative way.
Yes. Amen. Testify.
Amen. So, brotherhood, friendship, loyalty, camaraderie, unity. It took a tribe to get this machine moving, and it took a tribe to keep it oiled, and so it could get through the rough times. And there were some rough times. Getting done with Country Roads, it created some more type of ideas, and one of the biggest ideas we have is Pleasant Grove. That was and it still is, a song that hits night after night. People know the words throughout the country. I'm in the trailer park, horseshoe pit in the front of the yard. And so we want to be able to talk about where that song came from. But before we dive into that, we got to talk about the values behind it, the friendship, the brotherhood. And so, Brian, tell me, man, what's one of your best childhood memories of like a homeboy, or maybe, you riding it out for a homeboy back when you was growing up?
Dog, let me just tell you, I was a badass little gangster boss when I was a kid. You feel me? Straight up. I also, though, was scared of a lot of things. And probably not very cool or badass, really. Actually, I was kind of chubby when I was little. You come to think of it, I'm still pretty chubby. What are we talking about?
What you smoking on?
I'm sober, dog. I got a dip in, that's all. Damn.
Well, the fresh can. That's a damn fresh can.
Damn.
Hey, man, I said we talking about growing up, and who was your childhood friend, man? What are some cool things that you guys did, dog, that like defined your friendship?
So back to my point, I was this real badass little gangster kid, you know what I mean? I was a boss. Me and my buddies, we did backyard wrestling, dog. Me, my buddy Robert, my buddy Jericho, my buddy Brett. Dude, we threw down, son. I was Hardy Boys for life. Jeff Hardy was my dude. You feel me? Jeff Hardy, Hulk Hogan. Man, I was all into WWE. My favorite moment of my childhood is when Donald Trump beat the shit out of Vince McMahon. Let me tell you, you want to become president of the United States, in the words of Ric Flair, woo! All you got to do is beat up the CEO of WWE, dog. Let me just tell you, we would spend our days beating each other's ass in the backyard. And I can't tell you how many wooden tables I've been through, how many ladders I've front flipped off of. I can tell you about the time I jumped off my house and broke both my legs. We had the trampoline wrestling ring. You ever been there? I mean, what kid didn't have the trampoline wrestling ring, right?
Bro, I literally just got done talking with my mom about a similar story about jumping off the roof onto the trampoline. So you're right on point with a good childhood upbringing.
Yeah, my mom, bro, that's probably the most disappointed my mom ever was in me. When she saw me crawling through the garage, like army crawling through the garage, telling her to call 911. Ma! You know what I'm saying? I'm freaking out. Both my legs. It turns out, man, I didn't break both my legs. I had like some little fractures in my ankles. You know, but I needed to wear air casts for a while. They put air casts on both my legs. That was fun. I'll tell you, I roll up into school on crutches with these little puffy boots on both my feet. I was a chubby kid too. I was afraid I might pop a tire or something.
Man, I know that sucks. I know what it's like to have a cast, dude. I can't stand that. I wore one for, 6 months there or something like that, 5 months. Hey, you know what's really funny is that you're talking about the Hardy Boys and WWF and wrestling. We just got off the interview with the Big Red Interrogation, and that dude, I swear, I thought he was the real Scott Steiner. Remember that guy? Scott Steiner? He'd wear the chains over his head with the glasses and kiss his biceps. Yeah, boy. I like that guy. Hey, man, when I was growing up, I played basketball, dude, and I think I have a lot of similarities. I grew up on a trampoline. We did the backyard wrestling, but not nearly as extreme as what you're talking about, dude. We didn't have like the chairs, and our trampoline had like some of the like springs were broken, and we also had this really big Rottweiler that would attack you if you came off the trampoline. So there was really no hanging out in my backyard. But I grew up in a rec center, man, and I think one of my biggest things that I look back on that really kind of remind me that I'm not made of glass and that you can take a punch was at the rec center. I was about 15 or 16 years old, and I got into it with the older guy named Trey. And, man, I got up in his face, and, man, he gave me a punch right in my mouth, and it split my lip. And I remember going to the bathroom and bleeding, and my homeboy Taekwon coming in there, and him and I looking at it. And I don't know, man, it was just kind of a moment of, for me to man up and G up. And I remember Taekwon being there, and that following weekend, I wanted to go start a fight. And so we rode over to this high school party that was being hosted that weekend, and I walked in there talking shit, and it was all because I took that shot, and I knew that I wasn't going to be, it wasn't going to hurt me too bad. And so we rode over to that party, and we started a fight, and Taekwon left me, bro. He left me at the party. And there's this huge fight that happened. And so he didn't leave me on purpose, though. He left me accidentally. I'll give it to him. But he did try to come back. And I think that's just what I remember about Taekwon in that moment of my life, is that when all that shit was going down, he did try to come back. He did try to make that reach out for me. But there was this other guy that stepped in, Mike Brownlee. Mike Brownlee pulled up. He's like, "Yo, Jay, hop in." We hopped in the car, and we peeled down the street. The cops rode up, and then I don't know where I'm leading with this story. I'm really stoned.
Dog, how much disinfectant did you inject today?
I don't know, too much. Well, what's up, Taekwon? I miss you, dog. Hopefully everything's good. Hey, when you're on quarantine and you live in Colorado, all you really do is just smoke. So I'm sitting here smoking, and I kind of got sidetracked. I want to know what you're fucking doing. You don't even smoke weed, and you got sidetracked.
Bro, I rubbed all the skin off my dick.
So, hey, man, fuck childhood shit. We got to do a lot of edits on this one.
No, I'm going to leave that in there. I'm going to leave that too in there. I'm just going to leave this whole thing unedited. How's that, y'all? This one's going on the Patreon.
Unedited.
Hey, if y'all want to see what the Patreon podcast looks like, here's your preview, all right? This is what you get when you subscribe.
Well, I had a really good, come around with that story. And then all of a sudden, fucking THC kicked in. I was like, well, I don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about.
I don't know what happened, dude. I really don't.
Hey, we do have one thing in here when we talk about brotherhood and loyalty.
Wait. Don't just brush over this shit. You was a baller when you was a kid.
Oh, yeah.
From what I heard, you was like the next damn Larry Bird. You was like a white LeBron. You was like a tiny white LeBron. You was like a tiny white LeBron with a machine gun and a beard in high school. That's what I heard.
I had like, I wouldn't call it a beard in high school. Nah.
But you definitely had a machine gun.
I definitely had a machine gun. I got suspended from school for bringing a gun. We won't get into that. But I balled. Hell yeah, I balled. I played with everybody that wanted to come up and play me. And I beat everybody who wanted to come lace up on me. And I still break ankles off if you want to come up over here and see what's good. So get your ball and get your laces and get crossed over and broke off.
I'll challenge you to a game of horse.
Horse? I can't eat, man. Horse? I got you. If I can spell it, I got you.
Okay. Caveat. You got to wear a blindfold and we're going to use one of them baby Lil Tykes hoops.
Huh?
You got to wear a blindfold and we're going to use a Lil Tykes plastic basketball hoop about that tall.
Down like the ones that go like inside indoors hoop.
The one that goes like in a crib.
Got you. Well, however you want to hoop it down, I played. I liked it. It definitely set the tone for what I knew and understood for, sports and camaraderie and team effort and all that good shit. Yep, it was fun.
Y'all, we want to take a minute real quick to give a special shout out to Absolute Graphics in Jacksonville, Florida. These guys handle merch from the beginners to the elites in country, hip hop, and other genres. Also for other businesses as well. If you need t-shirts, if you need hats, if you need signs, banners, whatever you need, Absolute Graphics in Jacksonville, Florida has you covered. Here's their phone number, their contact information, their website, and their Facebook. If y'all need anything done, I'm not bullshitting you. It gets no better. Steve at Absolute Graphics does the best work at the best price, and you always get your shit on time. Do not fuck around. If you need anything done, if you need to rep the brand, you want other people repping the brand, you want to make a little money off an idea, you got Absolute Graphics, Jacksonville, Florida. Stop wasting your time and give them a call.
We were talking about brotherhood and loyalty and friendship and how that's a real foundation behind what Long Cut is. And we want to take this moment to say much love to the Spit Cut Posse and you guys always having our back and riding with us. Make sure you're sharing up all of our stuff because, dude, we're checking it out and we do appreciate it. We can't wait to get back on the road and see you guys on tour. We wanted to be able to talk about when you and I would hit the road, and kind of a safe haven that we would dip to was North Carolina. And when we got out there, there was a lot of things that you and I did that we write about in our music, like spotlighting deer with a 9mm. And so I want to be able to talk about smoking weed with Chad in North Carolina, cruising around in Paul's truck with a 380, a 9mm, and spotlights.
Before you get ahead of yourself, let me clarify, Paul, that never happened in your truck. That was Chad's truck.
Oh, it was Chad.
That was Chad's truck. Don't kill me, Paul. I swear. JT try and get me murdered. That's what's going on. Dude, you remember that time, speaking of spotlighting deer in North Carolina, you remember that time we cut down a tree with a buck knife?
Yeah, we were going down that back road, man. It was like so dark, and all of a sudden we just hit this big barrier, and you had like this blade randomly in your pocket.
It's like Rambo. Things like that.
It was a huge Rambo blade.
Like a half a machete. And we had to use it to cut through. I mean, it wasn't a little tree. It was a big ass tree. And we had to cut the limbs off with a machete or with a Bowie knife. Cut the limbs off, hack it. We was there for a minute, hacking this thing, and then we had to get that log out of the way and kind of shimmy ourselves down a little embankment. We're on a mountain road in the middle of the night, but we had seen some deer, and so we like get around the curve and kind of up, and booney womp the van a little bit, and we come around the corner, and there she is, man. It's pretty dope, sitting off in the trees. We hit her with a spotlight. JT hops out like damn Arnold Schwarzenegger in Terminator, puts a laser on his 380 out there. Clack, clack, clack. We're shooting pistols off into the trees with a spotlight, midnight, North Carolina. And then we had to find our way back out of there around that big ass tree.
Yep. Dude, we popped off like 30 fucking rounds, I feel like, at 3 deer, and I don't think we found 1 deer. I think we were seeing shit. I remember going back the next morning even and like tracing.
The cop pulls up.
Yeah. I'm a dumbass sometimes.
I'm in the woods. We're parked on the highway. North Carolina, there's not a lot of traffic. So we just park on the highway. Get out. I climb up into the woods. Next thing I know, I turn around. JT's talking to the cops.
In the highway. And
What'd you tell him?
He goes, "Is everything okay?" I said, "Yeah. The van was overheating. So I just stopped and let it cool down just a little bit." He goes, "Oh, okay." I said, "All right. Have a good day, officer."
Yeah.
While the vehicle's sitting there idling on the highway. And Brian is up on the mountain with his head inside the woods going, "She ain't in here." Dude, we've gotten away with some... Oh,
Yeah. It wasn't 2 weeks later we got pulled over for that whole deal with the dogs in the pickup speeding past the detective.
yeah, man, we took off from Washington trying to make it to Michigan and got rolled up in Idaho.
Yeah, I'm talking about something totally different.
Well, that's what I'm talking about.
You remember the time we come around the corner in the pickup when we were trenching and them dogs were out in the road?
Oh, yeah.
I smashed the brakes, cussed out a family of 4, and lit up the tires in the middle of the road and peeled off. I didn't realize I was a cop.
Yeah.
Boy, he had us run down in 3.5 curves.
Yep. And you cussed the cop out the whole way as he walked up to the truck.
Yeah.
Then you promoted our music to him.
He said he was going to download it. I think he did.
I think he did. That's what we do.
Yep. 2 weeks later, we were at Dinus's place, posted up on the couch.
Yep. You know, it's funny how fast time flies, man. I still remember yesterday sitting on that couch and diving into Pleasant Grove, and I remember looking at Travis and telling him about the song and how happy he was getting, you know, because he heard about us, how we're going to shoot the video at his house.
Yeah.
And one thing about, I think, that song is just like, it was so realistic to what we were legitimately doing that day, that weekend, you know, with the grills turning, the trucks pulling up, the people stopping by, and the love that's there, the camaraderie that's there, the family that's created, just the overall vibe, and how him and his family and that community took us in over at Pleasant Grove. They legitimately took us in, gave us food, a bed, a shower, and gave us the family that we needed to be able to get through the hard times so we could keep on grinding. And so it was an honor to be able to release Pleasant Grove, the single, the song, but it was even more to do the video.
Yeah, man. Yeah, when Sean came out that day and we had everybody out there, you know, all of our friends and the grill's burning, man, and everybody's on board and hanging out. We got the bikes, and Terry brought his badass bug out there, and dude, just what a time, man. What a time. What a commitment from all of our friends to come out and give their time and be on camera with us And, you know, obviously it was a good time. We were hanging out, having a barbecue, but for them to be willing to do take after take with us as we shoot this video, man, it was just a super cool experience. And that the whole process of capturing the burnout and the walk up on film, it was really cool, man. It was really cool how it all worked out. And, you know, how excited everybody was about it. I mean, I still get excited about it, you know. And I get excited when I read the comments and people are talking all kinds of shit like, y'all probably beat your women, and you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all look like a time to beat your women, and you would never survive in jail. We fuck guys like you in jail. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, wow, man, y'all some really jealous ass haters, ain't you? It's funny.
I think that when I just look back at Pleasant Grove, and every time that song plays, or we're about to play it live, or we play at the Moxie, and the you know, all the people of Pleasant Grove come out and they all get on stage with us. Yeah. Just remembering, like, that phone call you gave me when you were heading back from Nashville, like we talked about in episode 2. Where I was when I received that phone call, I was at the Grove, and I was on Travis's couch, and I lost my job. I lost my truck. Like, a country song was going on in my life, and your phone call comes in, you know, and you don't ever know what's on the other side, you know, and you got to be able to keep on and take every punch as it comes. And like getting fired and losing my job and trying to get back on my feet in my house, I remember sitting there talking with Travis, like, what am I going to do, dog? You know, and to be able to have a song and a video to represent those memories and to represent that time in our lives, that's pretty cool, man. That's something that's going to stick around forever.
Yeah, dude. I love it. I love it. We went through a lot, dude. You know, from losing everything to getting it all back. And dude, I you know, I'll never forget before we signed the record deal, sitting there after the trailer park, after losing the construction job, after all that, going back to the oil field, dog.
I moved in with you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we were living together and working, dude, working, slaving, grinding, running semis, working 24 hours a day, around the clock. You would go, get up, you'd be on a job site at 6 a.m. managing a roofing company. Get off work and haul ass over and work with me all night, sleeping here and there when you could. We'd work all night long. You'd take off for the construction site in the morning, and I'd jump on the computer in the morning and start trying to do lawn cut shit. Dude, we were working hard, killing ourselves, dude. But you know what? I look back on it, and without that period of time, without us losing everything, without us getting together and recording Country Roads in Pleasant Grove, without Travis and the Spit Cup Posse at Pleasant Grove, without getting fired from construction, without going to the oil field and getting fired from that after working 24 hours a day around the clock, we aren't right here, right now, without experiencing all of that. So it's something I look back on and I'm proud of it. I'm happy that we went through it. I think it's a good story to tell. I think that, you know, we're very fortunate that we were able to do it legitly. You know, we were able to just work hard and make it happen. You know, just grind it out, just suffer and get through. And you know what? We got a lot of suffering left ahead of us, dog. No doubt about that. Zero doubt about that. But I'll tell you what, every challenge we face, it seems a little bit bigger.
Yeah. You know, and pain is just weakness leaving your body, man. That's all that is.
And fear is just a 4-letter word.
And marijuana is the blessing of the Lord entering your body. And so this right here
Mary Hoochie
is going to be dedicated to the grind. Hang on. Dude, you see how happy I get as this process continues? The closer and closer I get to this, going on to that, and then that. Doing this.
And right here we cut to me. All about that YouTube monetization, folks. You should see him right now. You should see him taking a big old rip on this thing. I wish y'all could see it. He's killing it right now. If I could show this to you, I would.
Hey, I want to take a moment real quick and do a real big shout out to Beard Brand. Go to beardbrand.com to get any of your beard or hair grooming product material. You can jet over to their YouTube and check out all the tutorials, not only on how to groom your beard or any other type of men's grooming information, but just how you can be a better man overall. So, hey, Long Cut's trying to be better every day. We want the Spit Cut Posse to be better every day. So go to beardbrand.com, pick up some beard oil, get some beard wash, keep it growing.
Ah, there he is. Look at him. Look at him. Oh, a dragon. You done it. You done it, dog. Let me tell y'all something, though. I gotta poop.
I gotta sneeze. Okay.
You know, I want to take a moment to tell you guys, it is really important to stay hydrated. It really is. Something that I've learned over the years, water, hydration is critical, you know, makes you feel good. Drink more water. You probably should. One thing I've noticed being on tour, and what brings me to this is I sit here and I think back, dude, when we first started this thing and you get all stoned before you get on stage and I get so nervous. I'm like, this guy's going to forget all the words. And you would forget all the words, but not because you were stoned. You know, I mean, you probably forgetting words because you got blown up in Iraq, but not because you were stoned. I didn't realize that it wasn't because you were stoned. I thought you were just a pothead who couldn't remember what you were supposed to say. I didn't realize that an IED can fuck up a motherfucker's brain like that, you know?
Hey, man, the weed is good. The weed is real good.
Let me tell you, dude. I remember that time we was about to get on stage. I'm like, you don't even practice. You don't even know the words. I don't even remember what I said, but I remember it was something to that effect. And you're like, I'm like, you a diva. And you're like, man, fuck you. How am I a diva? I mean, we were getting it for a second, and then we're like, I realized we got in the truck, and I realized, wait, I don't know the words to this song either.
Lifted Lambo.
Lifted Lambo. We had just wrote it. And I'm like, fuck, sorry, bro. And we sat in the pickup and learned Lifted Lambo for the show, and we crushed it. And that's one of my favorite songs to do live. We kill it every time.
That song was written during that period when we were doing when we were grinding the hardest, actually.
Yeah, buddy. I can't wait to get into that story. But now, check this out. Now we're on tour. I used to drink at every show like crazy. Now we go out on tour. We ain't drinking. I mean, JT has his weed, but he ain't forgetting his lyrics. In fact, I think the weed probably makes you better, dog. Really.
Maybe.
I think it makes you better. It gets you hyped. It gets you ready.
Well, I got something I want people to know, man. Is that before you go to bed at night, plug your phone in and charge it. It's a lot more convenient to charge your phone during the sleep hours than to have your phone tied to a cable during the day while you're trying to be productive with your life. Many times, Brian and I have gone into a venue ready to set up our merch and make money, and our iPad, our cell phone, our lives just weren't charged. Make sure you're charging at night. Don't charge daily.
And drink a lot of water.
Well, man, I remember doing the grind at G&Z. I remember slapping on the shingles and doing roofing. You know, I think that's what makes us who we are, is those stripes and those scars and those memories. We got fired from a lot of jobs too, you know. And,
all of them.
I do believe that great sacrifice is the reason behind great success. And so we sacrificed a lot in the early stages, and we're going to sacrifice more as we continue. But working at G&Z, we were making some good money, and that money was allowing us to make the music and make the videos. But then we got a phone call. Do you remember that phone call? And we had to go down and play some music, and we had to make a decision.
Yeah. And we decided quick, before the phone call was over.
Oh, yeah. We were looking at, I remember when you were on the phone and you were like, this is what's going on. I remember running around the job trailer. So, yeah, a decision was made, man. We were happy.
You know, and it wasn't too long, right around that time frame, we had a run-in on a street corner in Denver that changed our lives. And that's coming up next in episode 4. Let it bang.